Hi, welcome back to another Catch Up With Me video. You guys, I am super excited about today's video. Not that I have much to share with you, of course, but I'm always excited nonetheless. So let's jump right on in with this week's planner layout. And as you can see, I don't have many stickers on here, but you know, it is what it is, right? I do have a few, so we're just going to be satisfied with that. And that, of course, is before the pen. Now that I'm done with this video, I will go ahead and write what I need to write in there. And today's drink of choice, I am choosing to have a Turkey Hill iced tea lemon flavor. So this is what I'm drinking today. I do have my water. Actually, I had water before I drank this, and I'll have water after I'm done drinking this. Now, your word for this week is consistency. Say it with me, class. Consistency. So consistency is the difference between failure and success. And here's why. Number one, it allows for measurement. Number two, it creates accountability. Three, it establishes your reputation. Number four, it makes you relevant. Number five, it maintains your message. And y'all, that's some powerful stuff right there. So I will leave that in the description box. But this is your word for the week: consistency. I need you to be consistent with the things that you have been doing to get wherever it is that you're trying to go to. If you are looking for employment, I need you to be consistent with applying for jobs, calling about jobs, whatever it takes to get that job. Well, not really whatever it takes, but y'all get where I'm going with this, right? If you are working on getting your weight under control, I need you to be consistent with that. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Consistency is the key, because like I said, it is the difference between failure and success. So yesterday's sermon topic, well, let me just say this. This past weekend was all about the women, okay? Because as you know, this is Women's History Month. And so it was all about the women. Excuse me, guys, because my sinuses are draining. And so we had a guest preacher, and her name escapes me at the moment. And of course, I don't have my notebook that I took my notes in. But anyway, our guest preacher, her topic was, I remember she is with the Church Without Walls. And so her topic was, why has this happened to me? And it came from the book of Luke 1:39 through 45. So when you get a chance, make sure you look that up. And here was the takeaway. We must hold on to God's favor, because not everyone is going to be happy for you. So I need you to let that marinate in your spirit. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I mean, I need you to really get it down in your spirit and understand that you sometimes have to hold on to what God is doing for you. That means you got to keep this zipped. Keep it closed. You can't tell anybody about it, because everybody's not going to be happy for you. And that's an awful feeling when you are excited about something and you tell people and they look at you like, okay, and your point would be what? They're either not getting it or they just don't give a daggone. And then you're left feeling hurt. So sometimes you've got to keep this closed, just zip it, throw it away, throw the key away, because everybody's not going to be happy for you. But the sermon itself was just great, because sometimes you do sit back and you ask yourself, Lord, why is this happening to me? Well, sometimes, guess what? God has to let that thing happen to you. He's got to let it happen to me so that he can take us to the next level. Because without action over here, he can't get us to move over there. That's deep right there. That's going to hit you later on. Let me say that one more time. Sometimes he has to let something happen over here so that he can get us over here. Because if nothing happens over here, on my left, your right, you're never going to cross over to the right side or the left side, because you're comfortable being right here. But he's trying to move you where he needs you to be. Y'all, that's deep. Now, my question for you for today is this. And this, I've been thinking about this for a while. So I said, you know what? I don't know if I actually asked this question or not, but I'm going to just put it out there. How do you say the word? Let me ask it a different way. Do you use the word niche or niche? niche or niche. So they are two common pronunciations and they're both correct. So I know some people when they talk, they'll say, oh, you've got to niche down. You've got to find your niche. And other people say, oh, excuse me. Other people say you have to find your niche. Again, just depends on who you are. So all of this to say, niche is the Americanized or European, if you will, pronunciation of the word niche. And I'm sorry, niche retains the original French pronunciation because it was originally pronounced niche, but us Americans, more Americanized people, now use the term niche. Either way, it is still right. Okay. There is an American YouTuber, and his name is Roberto Blake. If you all have not checked out his videos, please be sure to do that because he puts out some awesome content about getting started on YouTube. He puts out some awesome content on the algorithms, how they work. He also does he has some really great content about cameras, selecting the right camera, apertures, features, all that other good stuff. So make sure you check out his channel. I'll put a link for it in the description box. But I noticed that when he talks, he always says niche. He'll say, you know, it's important that you find your niche. Or my niche is this. I don't think I've ever heard him. And I think I started following his channel probably about maybe 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago, but I've never ever heard him use the word niche. And so it's okay. So what I need you all to do the next time, and I'm going to tell you why this came up, because one day I was talking to someone and I said niche, and they were like, oh, you mean niche, but go ahead. No, I meant niche. Exactly what I said. And he says, no, the word is niche. And I said, actually, it's pronounced both ways. Niche and niche, it's all the same thing. And so that's what made me think about this again. So the next time you hear somebody use the word niche, which is spelled N-I-C-H-E, it's fine. Do not correct them because that actually is correct. And if you use the word niche, that's correct as well. Now, moving on, y'all, here's some movies that I watched last week. But let me start by saying this, okay? I can be honest with this. I wanted to watch The Conjuring, but that little creepy doll at the beginning, it was a no-go for me. I couldn't do it. So I'm going to try it again, you know, another time. But I just could not get past that creepy little doll that was sitting in the hallway. So if you were able to watch The Conjuring, and I realized that there's The Conjuring 2 as well on Netflix, you know, I give you 2 thumbs up and a wink. But I just couldn't do it. But I did watch Jason X, and I couldn't believe that I had never seen that movie. And this movie actually came out in 2002. It is on Netflix. And the movie is set in the year 2455, where Earth is no longer inhabitable. So humans are now colonized in outer space, and they're living on what's called Earth 2. And Jason Voorhees, which is the name that we all have come to know, his body was cryogenically frozen, and he gets defrosted. But Jason is no longer in the woods, nor is he at Camp Crystal Lake. But he does start stalking the colonists in a whole new environment. But something happens. Something along the way happens. And Jason has now been upgraded. And this makes him more dangerous than he has ever been. And as you know, Jason has always been a dangerous individual. But when this transformation happens, oh honey, he's 1,000 times more dangerous. So all I'm going to say is watch the movie. It is interesting. I do believe that there is another Friday the 13th movie, updated movie coming out. I can't remember now if it's this year or next year. I'll have to go back and look, but I do remember seeing some of the previews for it. So there is another one coming out, you guys. So y'all, Jason's been around for a long, long time. Because I remember as a kid, my dad taking us to the movies to see I've seen all the Friday the 13th movies. And like I said, he's been around a long time because we were kids then. Now, I tell you what, many people don't know this, but in case you are ever asked the $1 million question, what Friday the 13th movie did Jason not appear in? He did not appear in Halloween 3. That was Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I know this because I've seen the movie several times and he was not in it. It was all about this these masks that this company made, and I think at midnight they stuck to your face or something crazy. But just in case you ever ask that question, Jason did not appear in Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Okay. Next movie I saw was The Vanished. This came out in 2002. This is on Netflix as well. And it's the story of a husband and a wife that will stop at nothing to find their missing daughter who disappeared on a family camping trip. When the police don't catch any leads, the duo take over. The ending will floor you because you won't see it coming. This movie, you guys, had me on the edge of my seat. And when I got to the end, I thought, Lord have mercy. Are you serious? But I'm not going to give it away. I want you to check this movie out because it is quite interesting. I won't lie. It is very, very interesting. And then I watched 1,000 Words. This also came out in 2012 on Netflix. This movie stars Eddie Murphy and Kerry Washington, in case you're wondering, well, who's in that? So when Eddie Murphy's character learns his karma will permit him to speak 1,000 words before he dies, fast-talking Agent Jack, that's the character that he plays, must make every syllable count. This movie was quite interesting, and dare I say it, it's interesting in the sense that we have to be careful how we treat people. We really do, because karma is something else. And one of the things that I've come to learn is that karma is a good friend to all of us. So be careful how you treat people, because karma will come for you, just like it can come for me if I'm not careful how I treat people. And then I saw a movie called S.W.A.T, and this came out in 2003. It's on Netflix as well. It stars Samuel L. Jackson and LL Cool J. And it's about a veteran cop who is tasked with drafting and training a special weapons and tactics team who soon finds themselves up against an international criminal. Now, this movie had a lot of action in it. I would encourage you guys to check that out as well, because it actually was good. And then the last movie that I looked at was Hold the Dark. This movie came out in 2018. It is on Netflix. All the movies I'm sharing with you today were on Netflix. And in the grim Alaskan winter, a naturalist hunts for wolves blamed for killing a local boy. But he soon finds himself swept into a chilling mystery. When I tell you this movie had a lot of twists and turns, ups and downs, ins and outs, please believe me. Please believe me. And the ending just caught me by the neck, because I didn't see that coming either. So make sure you check that out as well. And each week as I watch movies, I'll be sure to share them with you. Now, before I give you my closing note, I did want to share with you something, you guys. I forgot that I have my traveler's notebook, and I actually bought this from Walmart. I think I paid like $10 for it, to be honest with you, but I love it. And so as you open it up, as you can see, it holds, I hope you guys can see, it holds 4 books here. So I have 4 individual books, and these books actually came from Michael's. I bought these right before Christmas because they had a whole bunch of them for like $1.49. So I bought a whole bunch of these, and I've just been, let me just kind of do a quick, I hadn't planned on doing a walkthrough, but eventually I will. But I've been working with, I forgot I bought some distressed ink about a year ago, and so I've been using my distressed ink on some of the pages, and some of the pages have stickers. Y'all, excuse me, my sinuses are draining. And somehow or another, I forgot this whole book entirely. Okay. Well, and so here's my bucket list. And this starts with the spring bucket list. I need to get to filling this out. But for some reason, and then there's a bee on the front. How cute is that? This book right here, I just skipped over all together. And it says Queen Bee on the front. And so I've got to decide what I'm going to use these books for. I haven't come up with that. And this one just has a rainbow that says, Let Your Light Shine on the front. So that's that. And this one says, This Is Your Year. I decided to put that one in the front. And so, like I said, all 4 of these books will have different meanings for me. And of course, this pen just blends right on in. It's not the pen that came with it. Actually, pen didn't come with it, but I like this gel pen, and it's the same color as the notebooks. I put it in there. And this one This one, now that I'm back to carrying a purse, this will stay in my purse because I might be out and about where I need to write down some notes or whatever it is I need to write down. So this will stay in my purse. So I'm loving that. That was not on my list of things to talk about, but because it was sitting here, I decided to just go ahead and share it with you. So please be sure to check out my latest cooking video, you guys. So while all wasn't lost, I will never, ever, ever, ever knowingly eat deer meat again. So I'm going to link that in the description box because I want y'all to go check that out. I ended up using its authentic Alaskan reindeer meat. And can I just tell you that once you cook it, it was in a can. I ordered it from Amazon for about $14. And once you cook it, and if you taste it, it kind of reminds you of pot roast. That's what it reminds you of. But the smell, OMG. My sister was like, don't you ever bring that funky you know what to my house again. I was like, I am so sorry. I was like, I'm so sorry. We had to open up all the windows, and it was cold outside to make it so bad. But, you know, we made it through. But like I said, I will never knowingly eat deer meat again. Before I did the video, I had to ask Bambi for forgiveness from him and his family. I even asked Santa to forgive me. And please don't forget me at Christmas. But I will never eat reindeer, deer meat, elk, none of that. None of it. You hear me? None of it. Don't forget to check out my podcast. A new podcast comes out every Saturday, and I will leave the link for that. And if you have a topic, there's something that you want me to talk about, please reach out, let me know. Don't forget to check out my selfie store. I'll put the link in the description for that. And also, if you'd like to start your own selfie store, you can sell your own digital products. I have a $15 discount code that you can use for that. Please be sure to check out Circle of Champions, you guys, every Thursday from 7 to 9. Now, when we do our class through Facebook Live, it's only from 7 to 8, but it's an awesome class. Circle of Champions, Bob Yates. I'm not sure if his page is open or not, but you can try it. If not, you'll have to, send him a friend request so that you can check it out because the content is super awesome. If you have a product or a service that you would like me to feature on my Catch Up With Me video, please be sure to let me know. The cost is $49 for the month, but you must have your stuff to me by the last week in the previous month so that I can have time to get all of my stuff together, because it does take time to do that. So I need to, have time to get all my notes and things together for that, but I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Please be sure to sign up to get your COC University membership. I promise you, and I wouldn't steer you wrong, but I promise you, you will love the COC University. It is an amazing university, so much content, so much stuff to just share. I can't even try to go into all of it. You'll have to register and check it out for yourself. And I do believe there's an introductory package that you can get just to try it out and see how you like it. But I promise you will like it. And I think that was it. So you guys, please make sure you are wearing your masks. You're socially distancing yourself. You're being careful when you have to go out. I do realize that a lot of the states are starting to open back up. I know here in the state of Maryland, we are at 50% capacity, I believe it is. My church, however, is still not opening. Thank God for that. I'm just not quite ready to be in the mainstream with everybody. But I am thinking about going back to the gym starting April the 5th. But I go at around midnight, 1 in the morning. That way I don't have to worry about being around a whole bunch of people because folks are long since gone home by then. But just be careful if you have to go out. Please, please, please. I cannot stress that enough. I know people are thinking, oh, I have the vaccine, so I can now go out and act a plum fool, not wear a mask and all of that. No, you cannot. You still need to make sure you are protecting yourself, but most importantly, making sure you're protecting others. Making sure that you are protecting your family members, depending on who you come into contact with. But I would think that you would want to protect yourself. I mean, I could be wrong. But anywho, anyhow, you guys, that's all I have for this week. And I just want to say thank you all for giving me just a little bit of your time to share what's going on in my world with you all. I so love doing that. And if you're doing stuff that you want to share with me, please always feel free to comment and let me know what it is that you're doing. If you have a channel and I can support that channel, I would definitely love to do that, because I do believe in giving back. You know, that whole karma thing we talked about earlier. And I think that's it. So for those of you that continue to support me in all that I do, thank you, thank you, thank you, because I couldn't do what I do without you guys. And so for that, I say thank you. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, next week, fingers crossed, you guys, but next week I am hoping to get started filming the training course, the training sessions for my Confident Speaker series. I'm so excited about that. The notes, honey, that was done in a couple of days, but I am ready to get started actually recording them, and it'll be in a whole different setup. Y'all have my tripod that you put your laptop on top of, so that I can stand up and talk with you guys and not have to sit down. So I'm excited. I'm truly excited about it. God is good. When I say God is opening up some doors for me, y'all, I need you to truly believe that. I need you to truly believe that, just like I believe that God is opening doors for you all as well. Until next time, thank you. Take care. Please be safe as you come and go.